What's up everybody, MDW here. Thanks for staying with me. I've been away on a holiday but I'm back now, and today I've got a new review for you, action figure that I've had in the post while I was away, and that is the Predator Jungle Hunter by Neca Toys. Let's have a look at the Predator. So as always, let's have a quick look at the packaging. So the back of the box has a Predator logo, a blurb about the Predator and the film itself, and then loads of stills of the actual figure and what he can do. Inside the box is a cool little fold out bit, so there's a picture of the figure on the left hand side, and then you get window showcase of the figure within. Really nice design on the box, displays really well. Hi guys, welcome back, thanks for joining me. So Predator outside of his box, I'll run down the articulation in a second. Behind the figure's got this really cool kind of jungle backing there, I don't know if you guys would have seen that in the box, and he comes with a truckload of accessories, that's why he's a bit more of a deluxe figure. So I'll run through all those in a second. So I don't know if you guys are aware that Predator is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year from being in the cinema. One of the first kind of sci-fi horror films that I watched as a kid. Absolutely blown away by it, and as I say, it's been one of my most favourite films ever. I think it's one of Schwarzenegger's best films he's ever done. So yes, have a little rundown now of the Predator articulation and see, if it's the standard kind of Neca design. So there we go. There's a Predator out of the box in all his glory. So looking really cool. So like I said, your Jungle Hunter from the original Predator film. So he looks spot on as the costume appeared in the 80s film. So let's have a look at articulation and let's run it down. So his head swivels a little bit. He's got obviously the dreadlocks which hinder the movement a bit. So his head kind of goes from side to side a little bit. Doesn't really go up and down, not much, but swivels from side to side there. Then his shoulders go up and down. Again, I'm a bit ginger with these because Neca figures have a nasty tendency of just kind of their arms snapping off if you're a bit too forceful with them. But he's got a joint just below his shoulder there as well, so his arms rotate round as well, and his armour kind of goes with him, so that's a nice little touch there. So it doesn't really affect his movement. It seems like his armour is attached separately to this piece here on his arm rather than the actual arm itself, so he can move nicely. So there we go. Then he's got a joint at the elbow, so that swivels around there and then goes up and down, and then his hand obviously swivels all the way around as well, so we've got that. There he's got a torso swivel there, and then he's got a bit of a crunch, torso crunch. You can get him to go up and down there a little bit, swivel in there, so that's alright. Then his legs, so he's got the groinal attachment, so he's got a little bit of a kind of a cloth that covers it over, doesn't really hinder the movement at all, so his legs go all the way out, so he does the splits, not not super far, again I don't want to damage the figure, but then he's got the joint at above and below the kneecap there, so he's got like kind of a double jointed thing going on there with his leg, and then he's got a swivel at the foot there, and then also his legs at the top edge just above his thighs swivel as well, so you can see that, but so they move as well. So your standard rundown of movement as you'd expect from a Neca figure. So let's have a look now at the paint application on him. So here's a little close-up look now at the Predator colour scheme. So like I said, it's from the original film. So the Predator in the original film I felt was always a bit more kind of dulled down and darker. I don't know whether it's part of the camo or the design originally, because obviously some of the new Predators these days are all very crazy colours, they've got different coloured armour and stuff. So this guy was a bit dulled down. So the paint job is great. It's just kind of like the original film design of the Predator. It's got lots going on the body here, so his armour has got loads of little wires and circuitry, bits and pieces joined together, which is a nice touch. The armour itself is a dulled down armour, so it's not that crazy kind of chrome shiny silver armour that I've been seeing on some of the Predators recently. His skin is the kind of milky yellow colour, which blends nicely, so it goes from the milky white to the dark brown of his back there. So but then that's all over his body, bits and pieces here highlighting the skin, so that adds a bit of depth to it. Then his hands got the little details there, and his fingers black. His loincloth round here, it's almost kind of a bit see-through. It's kind of I don't know, like a light brown colour, dark brown inking over it. It's cool, it blends all together nicely with the overall look of the figure. The belt, the armour there is again all that same silver colour. His feet have got a nice couple of bits of detail on them that some of the others don't have. So he's got something on his foot there, like a bit of strapping round there. Then he's got a kind of little sling harness across his body here, and he's got these great skulls that hang down, so they all move about, so you can position them however you want. So it kind of hangs down around his neck there. He's got a spinal column there as well, and then loads of little kind of mini skulls. I don't know what they are, like whether they're actually little skulls of animals or humans. I don't know. They're quite small though. And then his head. It's got the classic Predator helmet that we all know and love on it. Again, that's a bit more of a brighter silver, so it's quite cool, the contrast between the armour itself and the silver helmet. I always remember having quite a brighter helmet in the film. Loads of markings on it, so it's got the targeting array, and it's got some kind of marking symbols on the top there. I don't know if I remember that in the film or not, but there we go. It's got a lot of weathering on it. His dreadlocks are quite nice, so they're nice gummy rubbery plastics. You can move them all around the place to position them if you want to turn his head. Gold detailing on them there. There's not really much other bits going on with that, but so it's cool that they're nice and rubbery, so you can pull them around however you want. And he's got that black neck seal under there, and you can see little bits of his flesh under that's going into his helmet. So that's cool. They could have just kind of painted that over with another colour, so they haven't really kind of scrapped on the paint scheme at all. They've actually gone whole hog and done loads of different bits that perhaps you wouldn't see on some of the other Predators. So the Predator, because he's deluxe, he comes with a buffet of accessories with him, so there's some really cool stuff in here, so let's go through them now. So he has, first up, anytime, human skull. Nice, looks really good, design on the skull, cast really nicely, loads of shading going on, so that looks really cool. Human skull and spinal column being ripped from the cadaver. Not as much detail on the skull. The painting's not as good, but so it's really cool having a skull with a spinal column attached there as an accessory. Brilliant. He's got two interchangeable hands, so they're both open. There, one on each side. That's cool. Same colour as his skin. Bits of this hand's got a bit of detail on it as well. Loads of silver bits and pieces going on there on his knuckles. There's a knuckle duster, and then this one's kind of a bit more bland. So you get two hands with him. You get, of course, his little backpack that contains all bits and pieces in it as well, and obviously the shoulder cannon, which is usually with Neca, moves, so it goes up, swivels left and right. I don't know if there's some sort of little trigger that pulls it up and down. There usually is. We'll have a look at that in a second, but there we go. So I'm assuming that will just clip onto the body of the Predator. Then spare head time. Yes, absolutely superb. Second head with his mask off when he goes in to fight Schwarzenegger in the final battle. So yeah, he's got his mouth closed, you can't move it, so his mandibles are all closed up there. Nice little bit of pink going on inside his mouth, like electric pink. That's cool. And his eyes, I don't know if you guys can see his eyes. You can see it there, really nasty kind of little white eyes with a crazy big black pupil in it as well. It looks very hacked off. That's cool as well. And then obviously the gummy dreadlocks will be able to move around, so we'll switch those out in a second. And then he comes with another mask, so I'm assuming this mask possibly goes on the front of that. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's cool. So it's just another mask. So I don't know whether that is, obviously you can display him, so when he takes his mask off and poof, drops it in the water, Schwarzenegger's like, what the hell are you? You can display with that, so that's cool. And then plasma caster, bolt of energy shooting from his gun. Nice little touch that. So it's blue with a white at the end, so you can see the actual the white hot plasma firing out with the blue, and then there's a kind of little explosion at the end there as if it's coming out from the gun. So that is excellent. So that's all the accessories that the Predator comes with. Let's tool him up and see what he looks like. So first up is the plasma caster and the shoulder backpack. Unlike some of the other Predators, it actually clips on really nicely and is a really nice snug fit, so that's cool. Next up is the hands that just pop off on the ball joint, and then you put the other hand on. You have his hunting blades, which are made of a more brittle plastic, so you might have to bend them back in place, and then they just pull out like that. He also has his self-destruct mechanism, really cool detail on that with the runes in there as well. And then the head just pops off, it's on a ball joint again, comes off really nicely. And then you just literally, you might have to twist the new head on. It's a bit of a snug fit, but I say, it's nice and secure on there once you do it. So then comes my first major gripe, the plasma caster blast. I've actually had to take some still photos of it actually in place because I could not for the life of me get it to stay in place. I played for about 15 minutes trying to get it in. The actual ball joint, the peg that fits into the gun, is so rubbery, the plastic, that it literally just falls out, twists and bends everywhere, so you can't get it in. And the gun is so top heavy once the plasma caster is in as well, the blast, that it just falls off. Really disappointed. That was one of my most favourite accessories I was looking forward to with this, and it just does not sit in my... So there you go, guys, there's a look at the Jungle Hunter Predator from Neca Toys. Like I said, the plasma caster blast is a major thing for me. The actual figure itself is really, really nicely detailed. It looks great. The actual design of the figure is a bit smaller. His head feels to me like he's a bit squished together. I actually prefer displaying him with the helmet on. I just think there's something out of place with his helmet off. I just don't know what it is. Perhaps we had another head with the mandibles open, perhaps. But I'm not too sure. As I say, the size of him as well, compared to other Predator figures in the line, he is very small Predator, which you'll see coming up in a second. And to say, he does command a bit of a higher price point. I don't know in my heart of hearts if he's worth it for the extra bits and pieces you get, especially if your plasma caster blast is going to be as rubbish as mine was. But hey ho, do you know what I mean? If you're a Predator fan, you might want to add him to your collection. I'm glad I did. I love the film, and I'm hoping to pick up some of the other Predator figures along the way from the original film. There he is next to the Serpent Hunter Predator. As you can see, there's quite a big size difference there. I don't know whether the Predator in the film was a smaller Predator. There we go, and there he is next to all my other Predators in my collection. So as always, thanks for your company, everybody. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. MDW signing off. Take care. See you soon.